What would you do differently if you were 18 again? I would have dated the girl that was obsessed with me and that I thought was really hot. I had this idea that I didn't want to get tied down in my hometown, which was just dumb, so I just avoided her until she finally got bored and stopped being after me. I still wonder about her though. I was incredibly lonely until I was 16 to 17 and started working and met people of similar age in the place I was working, gaming cafe, in mid-2000s. With my incredible social phobia I just wanted friends. They took pity on me and let me come out with them a few times, and they all did smoke weed and drink a lot. I also started doing that, and it cured my social phobia for a long while. I was who I wanted to be under the influence. I wish I never succumbed to that. It became my whole identity. I wanted no future really. I became lazy and addicted to partying, drugs and sex. It was that way for the rest of my life. Nothing was more important to me than having fun and living my life, doing as little work as possible. I am now 33 years old, 10 months sober, with nothing. I have no home, I have no job, I have no money, I have no friends since I had to ditch them all to become sober. So it's quite obvious what I would do. I would never have touched any drugs. I would have gone back to school and tried to make a life for myself. I'm 60, and if I were transported back 42 years with the knowledge I currently have about how my life would turn out, I would change absolutely nothing. I say that because everything I did prior brought me to the point where I could meet the love of my life. I would go through every bit of emotional and psychological pain I endured in a bad first marriage because I wouldn't want to risk doing anything that might prevent me from meeting my love later in my life. We met when we were 40, and have now been together for 20 plus years, married for 19, and he is my Romeo. I would understand the benefits of dumping my ego as much as I could and learning a little humility. When I was 18, I was very sensitive and empathetic, but I wasn't humble, if that makes any sense. Part of me felt that my sensitivity and empathy made me superior in some way. I would have dumped that part sooner because it was holding me back and I didn't know it. Being sensitive and empathetic is a great way to communicate with the world, and a necessary quality to have, but you want to add humility. Being humble is what helps you actually get stuff done. I can't remember the exact year right now, probably 2012, I was in an ice cream shop eating ice cream. Then a little girl came in with her father, but they didn't have enough money even for the lowest priced ice cream, so they left without ice cream. Neither me nor anyone else said anything. This time around I would buy an ice cream for the girl. Wouldn't go to uni. I would just get a job and stick with it. I wasn't emotionally ready for uni and I struggled. I had undiagnosed ADHD to add to the fun. Not mope around after the absolute bell end I thought I was in love with. Learn to drive, still haven't done that, and I'm 40 now. No drugs. Less alcohol. Antidepressants. I put off taking them until I was in my 30s and spent years and years absolutely hating being alive because my brain was trying to kill me. Figuratively speaking. By 18, I had just realized that I was more interested in guys than girls. Particularly, I was interested in my best friend. We were will they won't they close, basically, more than what I assumed to be your average friends. We hung out all the time, held hands sometimes, cuddled when watching movies sometimes. He would do things like enter the bathroom when I was taking a shower and jokingly throw my underwear, set out for when I got out of the shower and dried off, on the shower bar, just the curtain separating us. I never acted on any of it, because I was scared of losing his friendship. Cut to 15 years later, our friendship has been on again off again and separated by thousands of miles. I did come out to him about 6 years ago, and he was accepting. Maintained he was 100% straight but no judgments or anything. If the end result was going to be that he kinda lost interest in this friendship anyway, though, and that we barely talk anymore, I wish I would have just made a move when we were 18 so I could have known. Maybe it would have ended the friendship right there, but given where it ended up anyway, and given so many of the tribulations between then and now, I wouldn't have really been any worse off, and at least I would have known. I'll study less but efficiently so as to just get the professional license. I'll live unconventionally more boldly and freely. I'll work more out of joy, never compromising on the joy part and never slipping into positions where I would have to forcibly leave joy for more practicality as society dictates. And I would definitely be with people more and more. The stranger, unfamiliar and random, the better. I'd go through college much differently. I was so lost in the beginning, changing my major a couple of years in. It was just terrible. I don't have many regrets in life, but I really do regret going right into college directly after graduating high school. It's even more upsetting because I was ultimately forced to. I needed a year in between to just live and explore life, and to really think about what I wanted to do through living and being exposed to various things and concepts. I would not have allowed my army recruiter to convince me about lying about having smoked pot only once, when I had done it well over a dozen times by then. Little did I know that seemingly innocuous lie would go on to change my military and civilian career path. As they say, it's not the crime, it's the cover-up that gets you. FYI, in 1991, smoking pot was not as nearly as accepted as it is today. Recruiter said I might not get the mos I wanted if I told the truth. All she wanted was to meet her quota. When I was 14 I was in a pretty bad car accident that was the other driver's fault, my mother driving. I was knocked unconscious and had headaches for a long time. When I turned 18 after the years of court settlements I received a $18,000 settlement. The biggest problem was giving a 18-year-old senior in high school that much money. I definitely would have spent that differently, and knowing what I know now would have invested in Bitcoin or something similar. Stop giving a f about what other people did, or what other people thought of me, and start living/experiencing things more. I spent way too much time in college depressed, or just beating myself up, because I saw all the people around me going to parties and doing all this shit on social media, while I, the unpopular one, never got invited to anything, and was kind of ostracized from those groups I wanted to break into. Maybe if I stopped caring so much I could have carried on regardless and carved my own path. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more content.